Štrosmajerovo náměstí. Příští zastávka nábřeží kapitána Jaroše.
Hi, I'm Issu, or at least that's what this channel has been called for about 10 years now, even though I haven't really posted anything. And I spent a semester in Prague. I've seen so many aesthetic edits of everyone's Erasmus semesters, so I guess this is my best shot at one. I've also been putting this off for so long, I feel like it's about time I finally organize my thoughts. Since Erasmus is international, I am writing the script in English, but I'll include Estonian subtitles. My stay was 4-ish months long, studied in Charles University, yada 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 yada. I made a short private vlog already of my first few weeks there, so let's just skip to October. Right off the bat, the community dorm chat we were staying at was very worrying, but entertaining, with classics such as and the Google reviews being a whopping 3.3 stars! Nonetheless, we had high hopes of adjusting fairly quickly. That, and the greedy idea of spending less on housing and more on travel and other fun stuff. Since it had been a week since we had moved in, we had slowly gotten used to our 5-star suite from the Soviet Union. I had vowed to stay away from the kitchen unless absolutely necessary, lived off of €5 kebabs and little sugar donuts, took my showers in the early morning, generally, since the showers were communal with very freaky, semi-see-through doors, made myself feel home with brand new Emily in Paris bedsheets, and became the regular at the piano room. We spent the first week abroad with the uni cough, although some of it might have been caused by the mold in my friend's mattress, but I digress. From then on, it was mostly getting familiar with the city and having our first classes in the new university. By then, we had also found our wacky little friend group and preferred to socialize with them over random parties. Erasmus is obviously a very subjective experience, and in my case, I think I made it to in total like 2 Erasmus parties. It's not like I'm a very introverted person who avoids going to parties, I just didn't see the point in them. I had already found my friends, and the floors in those clubs were also sticky, and the music was bad. But I'll quit yapping for a bit now.
All the times in the past I lost. This is not how we imagined it. Where's my youth? I don't wanna shit. And I know I'm gonna cry about it. That's not how I wanted it. We live for some freedom, but all I got was prison.
Penis.
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 During October, I also got to attend 2 concerts. I just wanted to include this segment because of how much they meant to me. October was a very difficult month for reasons I will get into in the next part, but music always has kind of helped me. Getting to let go of everything, jumping and dancing in the moment, but an awesome sort of feeling of freedom. Not to mention I made a whole new friend during the Nuremberg concert, just by spiking a conversation with a complete stranger as we were waiting for the concert to start. The second concert I went to was Dead Letters. I hadn't even heard of them before, Found them by scrolling through artists performing in Prague during October. I was honestly in awe of all the artists I saw live. Seeing the passion they poured onto the stage, the way they interacted with the crowd afterwards, the creativity and energy in the room. At the time, we were still preparing to release our EP with the band I'm in, and experiencing these concerts really gave me the right kind of push and made me realize, this is the world that I want to belong to, in at least some way. Honestly, it is still difficult for me to talk about it. And that might sound like an over-exaggeration, but I believe anyone who has experienced this will agree with me. You know the highly rated Class A dormitory we settled for because of the price? Turned out they had bed bugs! Yeah! At first, I didn't want to believe it. My roommate found one on the wall and I just tried to think the problem away. It's just a random stink bug or something, whatever. But then the itchy bites started to appear one by one. Suddenly, it was all I could think about. It sucks that even now, I struggle to feel safe at times, despite never encountering them in real life before Prague. I am not going to name the specific dormitory in hopes that that will keep me out of trouble, but I will say, the way it was handled still pisses me off to this day. We reported the problem on a Friday. They didn't reply during the weekend, which was understandable, fine, whatever. However, on Monday, we received 0 instructions besides the disinfection will take place on Thursday. First of all, I bet, so we're sleeping in the same beds for 3 more nights. Second of all, the disinfection doesn't kill all the bugs, so that's even more nights with them. Third of all, you're only disinfecting our room. Now, anyone who knows anything about bed bugs, if one room has a problem, cleaning that one room will not get rid of the problem in the rest of the house. Or worse, it will only spread them out even more. By the way, the extermination did exactly that. After the extermination, we found even more of them running around at night than we did before. Yay! Wonderful! We realized we could not stay there anymore and needed to clean our own stuff and move out. Lucky for us, we did find an apartment. It did mean sleeping in the same sofa bed for 3 months, but a clean bed was a good bed. We were fine with that. One hectic paranoid cleaning spree and cathartic move out later, we were out. We were finally out. Dried, ozoned, and washed belongings in tight plastic bags. We were finally out of there. New month, new us. We were thorough enough with our cleaning for us to not encounter any more of them in our sweet new apartment. Thank God, but honestly, the trauma already took its claim. I was lucky enough my friend was just crazy enough to indulge my bedbug paranoia. We finally felt safe and we were going to make sure it stayed that way.
Ja, ma lihtsalt need jalapilte.
Okay, they can be smaller.
Lennujaamas istumises on midagi nii ärevat ja rahustavat samal ajal, nagu ükskõik mille eest võiks põgeneda. Ja ehk tunnedki juba puhtalt lennujaamas istumisest, et oled palju kaugemal oma probleemidest. Ometigi puhtalt probleemide olemasolu juba toob tagasi äreva tunde. Ja kurb on teadmine, et kui ma koju lendan, siis ootab mind vaid Praha lennujaam. Kuigi ega ma ei tahagi praegu koju, ma tahan koju 3 kuud tagasi, ma tahan olla vanas kodus endiste mõtetega ja endise minaga. Kohati kardan, et terve see reis on niivõrd mu ajukeemiat muutnud, et ma ei suudaks isegi kodus end koduselt tunda. See oleks kõige suurem kaotus. Finally, we're getting to one of the best bits of my Erasmus. Leaving the country. Since the plane tickets were so cheap, I decided to use the opportunity to see my friends in the Netherlands. Before I actually got on the plane though, I did almost start crying at the gates when I heard Dutch people speaking Dutch. Anyways, I got on the plane like a baby and off I was to Rotterdam. The fog was so thick we couldn't land at first. After it had cleared, however, I found myself in Eindhoven. I want to seriously thank my friend Michelle for actually hosting me and showing me around. Meeting all her friends was super fun, and seeing the actual student life in Eindhoven. On my second night, she took me to an Estonian pub quiz. Being in a room with people that all spoke Estonian felt so surreal all of a sudden, as if it hadn't been only a month since I moved to Prague. After spending 2 days in Eindhoven, I took a train to Wageningen to see my internet friend. Honestly, it was really nice to just chill with someone I don't get to see that often. Generally, our meetups consist of heavy itineraries, so I think I really needed to simply exist with someone I cared about so much. Caught up on Arcane, saw the student club, walked around, sang Bad Finnish at a karaoke event, visited the market, and walked in the liminal spaces. That includes Utrecht.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away.
Now about flying back. There are no electric scooters in Eindhoven, yet the Bolt taxi app seemed to work, so I set up a plan. The plane leaves at 6, I'll be there at 4, and I'll wake up at 3. Slept an hour or so, opened the Bolt app, and nothing. Not a single taxi available. I took a deep breath, opened my Google Maps, and set out into the chilly Dutch November air. By that point, I had also gotten a bit sick, but I think that just added flavor to the adventure. It was 7 kilometers, and since I had woken up early, I had at least 3 hours to get there in time. Maps said 40 minutes, I would be all perfectly set. The hike ended up being at least an hour and a half. How did that happen? Well, you see, Eindhoven is not known for being sketchy. If there are any suspicious areas, you would have to be actively looking for them. At least, that's what my friend said. I think Google Maps was trying to help me achieve that. I had to reroute myself at least on 2 to 3 different occasions. I had to walk around a trailer park, a pitch black forest hiking path, different business areas, everything. In the middle of nowhere. The blue light district of the Netherlands. Tired with my nose running, I made it to the airport, finally. And during the flight back, I must have looked like the most melodramatic tourist ever, just looking out the window and crying.
Dames en heren, ik maak u attent op de verlichting van het dek.
The second half of November till the end of January was an interesting period. I feel like I did so little, yet the photos prove otherwise. I had my mom visit me, I had a friend of mine visit me, and overall I was just hanging out.
I haven't been myself for quite a while. Always reminiscing who I used to be. Left my friends in the past, not asking why. Tears running down my face when I think of younger me. I don't wanna fall again.
It came to a point when I thought to myself, why did I even come here? If you had asked me before I signed up for the program, why are you going there, I probably would have answered to get away. But now that I was actually here, I found myself thinking, to get away from what? Travel has always been my coping mechanism. It doesn't have to even be a long trip or a faraway destination. Just a slight change of environment could help me refresh and restart. But being away this long, I realized what I was really doing. I wasn't healing myself or restarting. I was point blank running away and isolating myself. There was something so melancholic yet therapeutic in feeling myself slowly drift away, further and further, feeling the physical distance between me and those I love, the comfort of familiar suffering. I am fully aware that I don't have to feel this way, and I do feel myself longing to go home. Yet on the other hand, I feel as if I could just as easily keep floating with the currents as my guide.
At least that's what I wrote down while still in Prague. Sounds a bit melancholic, innit? I'm editing this a year later, and it's funny how now, looking at the pictures, I only remember the good stuff. I mean, obviously that's how the brain works. And I definitely don't want to make it seem that the whole experience was bad. It's more so, I think, I felt very disconnected. And not in a depressing way, it's more so out of sight, out of mind way. Like you're so far away from everything that's happening back at home. You're in your own little bubble, abroad. And when you get home, it feels like you've been asleep for a few months. Nothing's really changed, everything's the same, but you have these new memories that nobody else knows about except you. When people ask me, how was your Erasmus? My favorite answer was, it wasn't an experience I wanted, but an experience I needed. I don't think it was necessarily a relaxing holiday or a bender, as most people consider their Erasmuses, but to me it felt like a symbolic end to an era, a separation between high school and university. I rushed into uni right after high school, and often found myself longing for the past. While I still very much cherish those memories, the isolated experience abroad for a semester really made me feel how much has changed, how much I've grown, and accept all the new stuff that's yet to come. It's not bad, it's just different. Thank you so much for watching my little Erasmus vlog that I finished a year after the semester actually took place. I hope you enjoyed this little trip abroad with me. I'm not going to promise that I'll revive this channel, but practicing editing and trying out something new was really fun. Thank you so much to Jakob as well for allowing me to use his music. Please go check out his stuff, it scratches every part of my brain. You can find my own art account here, and that's it. Thanks for watching.
Sina leid, jag la jag lät lägg i dess.